Hello and welcome to Junk Journal July for 2023. My name's Leigh, I'm from Australia, and during the month of July I'm going to create something in my little accordion journal using the prompts provided. These are going to be quick projects that I hope will motivate and inspire you to do something in your own journal every day. This is an open challenge hosted by Meg from Meg Journals. Okay, let's see what today's prompt is and get creative. Hello everyone, welcome to day 23 of Junk Journal July. So the prompt for today is overlap, and I'm going to make sort of, I don't know, it's probably a fold out, I guess, in some ways. So what I'm going to do is put a piece of paper down that is big enough to cover 2 pages. So it overlaps the first page. Then I'm going to do a little bit of jazzing up of it and inking and stenciling, and in the end I'm going to add a watercolor flower, so one that I painted myself, just an abstract one, and have that over the edge of the flap. So it overlaps, so the flap will overlap the bottom page and the flower will overlap both pages. So I hope you follow along and see how it's done. So I'm just at the moment just using some glue stick to adhere the first page, well, the bottom sheet I should say. And what I'm going to do now is something that I saw Louisa Heinzel do some time ago, but I haven't tried it before, and I can't really remember exactly how she did it. But she had, excuse me, she had a torn edge, like I've got here, and she inked it on top of another piece. So the ink is going onto both pieces of paper. And then when she glued them down, she left a gap. So you have that light colour shining through. But because of the colour of the actual paper that I was using and the ink that I was using, it wasn't really very distinct. I think I would give this a try again, but on some white paper perhaps. I think it might work out a bit better, because hers looked awesome when she did it. So basically she tore a piece of paper apart and then put it back together again, but I think that's what she did. I have to go back and look at her video. I'll leave a link for it in my video description box when I find it. Not sure why I turned that over then, can't remember. So I'm just giving this more of a torn edge. And I tried to do the same thing here, but you can see, and this stopped because I realised what I'd done. I should have pulled it down the page, not up the page, because I just covered it all over. It was a waste of time. So anyway, this is how you learn things, isn't it? By trying it out and seeing whether you can get it to work, making mistakes and then correcting them. I was really happy with the way this page turned out with the watercolour flower, and it had some leaves on it which I glued on the inside of the page, and that would be like a journaling area once it's finished. So I've got my stencil here. This is one of my favourites, this one. It's getting a bit raggy-eared. So I do a little bit of stenciling and overlapping the stencil, of course, so it's on the top and the bottom piece of paper. Vintage photo, sorry, is the colour that I'm using there in distress ink. The stencil, I have no idea where it came from. I would have bought it from AliExpress or eBay, somewhere like that, because I've I have got a couple of Tim Holtz stencils, but the rest of them have come from cheap places, and I have a few that I got from PM Artist Studio, but they're more for using on a gel plate. But I like this one. I'd love to get it in a bigger piece, you know, like a bigger stencil, so you cover more. I don't like the straight edge around it. I don't like the way it leaves a square look to your stenciling when you finish. But anyway, we make do, don't we? So I am going to just run this on a little bit, pop in some music, jump back in when I think I need to tell you something. Made a little bit of a boo-boo when I glued this flower on. I didn't realise until after I'd finished and I went to fold the book up. It is a bit too far over to the left. It's fine while the book's flat like that, but I needed to move it to the right. Because I used art glitter glue, that wasn't going to be an option, so I just put a crease in that flower that sticks out the furthest. So unfortunately the flower ends up with a crease in it. going to stamp the number and the word overlap up in this corner. I'm just going to follow the little trail of leaves with my stamps. Just doing a little bit of doodling now, here and there, around the leaves, and then I'll do some more doodling across the top of the left-hand page. Time for some watercolour splashes now. So I'm using gold. And I've got this pinky colour. I thought I'd put a few dashes inside these leaves up. So I thought I'd colour these leaves in with the pinky watercolour paint. A few gold splashes on the front, and then some black ones. And here it is. I think it's beautiful. I love it. I'm so glad I cut out those little leaves. Let me know what you think in the comments. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If you've got any questions, ask me in the comments. And until next time, happy crafting, and I'll see you in another video. So cheers from Australia. Hooroo!